بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Today we are beginning lesson number 4 of the Madinah book 1. And if you can remember the last time, Alhamdulillah, we were able to complete the lesson number 3. As I said, today we're looking at the 4th lesson. And the 4th lesson is, as you can see on your screen, is actually focusing on al-i'rab and then basic things, huruf al-jar and other things that we will learn when we go into the lesson. So without wasting much time, let's start, inshallah. So before beginning here, let's quickly look at something small. Okay, I hope you can see, right? So we have here al-i'rab. 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 I'rab simply means case ending. Case ending. I came here because we need to explain certain things before reading from the book, so that when we are reading from the book, we will not be confused. So we need to explain certain things here, understand certain small things here. So we are looking at, I'm trying to explain i'rab. And what do we mean by i'rab? I'rab simply means case ending. Case ending. In English, it may not be so. We may not have this in English, even though it may be present, but that is not, it is totally different in Arabic. Let me try to explain to you so that you understand. In English or in Arabic, i'rab simply means how the last letter of a noun is affected based on certain conditions. Let me give you an example. You can see that we can have kitabun, kitaban, kitabin. You see, we can have 3. Kitabun with dhammatain on the last letter, kitabun. You can have kitaban with fathatain on the last letter, or you can have kitabin with kisratain on the last letter. So 3. All this mean book, a book. All this means a book. But what is the difference? Is there a difference between them? Yes. So the changing of the last letter of a particular noun is what we term as i'rab. So we term as i'rab. Any of them, for it to occur, there's going to be a particular condition that will result in that. A particular noun cannot, just be, you can just write kitaban or kitabin anywhere, anyhow you want. No, there's certain conditions that will result in a noun having fathatain or kisratain. I hope that is clear. So those conditions and how it is affected is what we mean by i'rab. So let's read here so that it will become clear. Arabic nouns have endings to show their function in the sentence. The normal ending of a noun is, you can see, u, as in, for example, see, you can see here, al-baytu. That is the normal form of a noun. A noun in Arabic language, in its normal form, the default form is having dhamma or dhammatain, depending on whether it is nakira or ma'rifa, whether there is alif or lam or not. So it can have dhamma or 2 dhammas. That is the normal form, ending with 2. For example, al-baytu, al-kitabu, al-kalamu. You see, is ending with u, like u sound, with the sound of u. That is, having dhamma on the last letter. So this is the default form of a noun in Arabic language. Most nouns, not all, there may be small exception, but most nouns, this is their default form. Now, sometimes, let me tell you something. Sometimes you may see, like here, you saw al-kita, al-baytu, right? You are seeing al-baytu on the screen. You can see here al-baytu. Sometimes if you can see that it is al-bayta or al-bayti, it is having fatha or kesra. It also means house. But what's the difference between it having dhamma or fatha or kesra? As we said, this is the default form. So if a noun is having fatha or kesra, it is as a result of a certain condition. That is not its default form. There is a particular condition that has changed it grammatically. So this change is what we mean by i'rab. So let me summarize again so that it will be clear. A noun in Arabic, most nouns in Arabic language, their default form is having dhamma on their last letter. For example, kalamun, baitun, kitabun, you see, kursiyun, maktabun, having dhamma on the last letter. That is their default form. But if it is having fatha or kesra, or fathatain or kesratain on their last letter, then it is as a result of a particular condition, grammatical condition within the sentence that will affect it, that has affected it. So when if now in a sentence is having kesra or fatha, there is something within the sentence that has affected it grammatically. So that's simple what we are trying to explain here. So as they said, a noun with the normal ending is called marfu'un. So the default form, as I said, having dhamma is what we mean by marfu'un. Marfu'un. Right? Marfu'un. So after a preposition, this changes to e. So this is an example. They are giving you an example. Why, as I said, fatha or kesra, in now having fathatain or fatha, or kesratain or kesra, is due to something. So that's what they are trying to say here. They are giving example why a noun could be having kesra. So this is just a small example. For example, see, al-baytu. You see, and now you are here, you can see al-bayti. So as I said, when it is having kesra or fatha, is due to a certain condition. So you can see the fee here. So the fee is the cause of this kesra. So that's what they are saying. After a preposition, this ending changes to e. I mean having kesra on the last letter. And they have given an example here. It is initially al-baytu. That is the default form. But if a preposition, we all know what a preposition means. And we haven't seen this in. Fi is a preposition in Arabic. It means in. For example, fil bayti, in the house. So this means in the house. You can see here, in the house. So it is initial baytu al-baytu. That is the default form. But if they are given an example why a noun could be having kesra. So they said if a preposition follows, it will have kesra. So like here, fi is a preposition. So fi al-bayti, it will not be baytu again. Why? Because of the preposition. We change it to kesra. So simple sentence, now having kesra is as a result of a condition. One of the condition is a preposition coming after the noun. And this preposition in Arabic is called harful jar. Harful jar. We will look at it in no time, inshallah. So again, we see here, baytun. You can see baytun, a house. Here it means the house. We all know why. It is what? Ma'arifa. We did ma'arifa and nakira in the last lesson. Here it is nakira. It is having dhammatain. You can see that is the default form. It is not having fathatain or it is not having kesratain. The default form is dhammatain, so baytun. But you can see now if a preposition should attach, that's just one of the examples that changes it to have kesra. So it will now be what? Fi baytin. Then you can see here again al-maktabu. Al-maktabu, the table, right? The table. So this is what? Ma'rifa, right? So if a preposition comes, Allah is also preposition. We will look at it. Let's just wait. Go down, look at it. Allah means on. Al-maktabi. So if it comes, it will tend to have kesra. Allah means on. So on the table. Al-maktabi, on the table. On the table. So a noun preceded by a preposition is said to be majrur. So when the preposition comes after a noun, not only preposition, In simple terms, a noun having ending with kesra or kesratain is said to be majrur. So observe here. Observe here. Talking about this place. So Dhamma, ending vowel sign. This simple is telling us, for example, if a noun, the ending of a noun, for example, you have baytun. Okay, example, you have here al-kitabu, al-kitaba, al-kitabi. I told you this is the default form of most nouns in Arabic, having Dhamma on the last letter. So this is the default form. Now it is called marfu'un. We have seen it just here. As they say, now with the normal ending is called marfu'un. So simple means marfu'un. Now in the default form, having Dhamma or Dhammatain is called marfu'un. So have here al-kitaba. Al-kitaba. When a noun, it's not just kitab only. Al-baita, al-kalama. Ending with fatha. When a noun is ending with fatha, it is called mansubun. So you can see here ending. If it is ending with fatha or fathatain, it depends whether there is alif or lam or not. It is called mansubun. Mansubun. And if it is having kesra or kesratain, you can see kesra or kesratain on the last letter, it is called majrurun. Majrurun. I hope that is clear. Okay. So let's continue here. So I hope that was clear. This place is very clear. Okay, very important. Let's take note. Now, let's look at something here. Small. We just talked about the huruf. Let me clarify something here. This place is very important. We need to know something here that we call the parts of speech. You see, let me tell you something. Within this curriculum, we need several aspects to be able to catch up or to learn the book very well. One of those aspects is grammar. We need vocabulary, we need reading, we need writing. We are learning grammar as well. So there are several areas as we are traveling to. We are learning through the lessons. There are several areas we are improving our understanding or our learning in. One of the areas is grammar. Grammar. So what we do is that we don't blend it like to a high level. What we simply do is that in this series of lessons, we teach the grammar basically. Like here, we just bring it up, but we will not go deep into it. But after the first 10 lessons of the series of the book, we will stop and then we will have a grammar session. We are going to have a grammar session after the first 10 lessons. And these grammar lessons will cover all the basic, as I said, right now we're just looking at it basic. Some things we just mentioned, for example, harf atf. We just saw what and we said it's a conjunction, harf atf. But there are more onto that we need to look at. So as I said, we will not go in deeper so that there will be confusion. As I said, we'll just be doing it basic. Like here, Aksam al-Kalam. They could have been much than this. But as I said, we are looking at it basically. After the first 10 lessons, we now take the grammar lessons that we have seen through the 10 lessons. But we have looked at it at a basic level. Then we'll now look at it at a broader level. Hope that is clear. So after the first 10 lessons, the next stage or the next agenda is the grammar lessons. We'll have grammar lessons, which is also about 12 lessons in total, inshallah. We'll look at that. And those grammar lessons are very important. That is one of the aspects which broaden our understanding of the Quran. And we will have a better appreciation of the Quran. We will just, like the Quran. We will like it. When you look at how grammatically the Quran is, that's one of the aspects of the Quran that is very, very extremely beautiful. Very awesome. Anyway, let's continue here. So as I said, Arabic, this is just part of speech. We call it Aksamul Kalam, part of speech. A speech in the Arabic language is divided into three. So we are just doing a brief of parts of speech here. That we need to understand these lessons, but not into deep. So as I said, the speech is divided into three Aksamul Kalam. One is ism. Ismun means now. The second one is fi'l, verb. Then the third one is harfun, particle, particle. What this means is that speech in Arabic could be divided within these categories. I hope that is clear. Ism, now. Verb, fi'lun. Harfun, particle. So far, as we have gone through the first three lessons, and this is the fourth lesson, we have seen a lot of nouns, right? Ismun. We have seen asma. We have seen a lot. For example, kalamun, maktabun, yani, kursiyun, daftarun, ma'un, labanun. You see, all these are asma. They are nouns. A chair, a pen, all these, they are nouns. So they fall within this category. But fi'lun, verbs, we haven't seen verbs, right? So far, we have not seen any verb. Okay. There are lessons for verbs. That's why we haven't seen it for now. There are lessons that are fully dedicated. We'll learn it into deep. Fi'l for af'al, verbs. But what happens is that in this lesson, just this lesson 4 that we are just going through now, there are two verbs we will see. We will see it. Two verbs. We'll learn two verbs in this lesson, inshallah. So we'll learn two verbs here in this lesson. But later on, we'll learn a lot of verbs in this specific lesson. Then we have here to huruf. So far, we have not learned huruf. So our main focus since the first, the second, and the third, and this fourth lesson, we have been seeing this a lot, but we have not seen this. But we have seen one half. You can remember the wa, and we said it is harful atf. It is called harful atf, and it is a conjunction. So that one was a harf. It falls within this category. Harful atf, wa, and then we are learning another one again, which is called huruful jar. Huruful jar. Huruful jar. Huruful jar. Prepositions, we call it in English. And it is falling within this category. Okay. So let's look at it. We are looking at this one. So as I said, huruf is the plural of harfun. Huruf is the plural of harfun. So these are examples of huruf. Fi, min, ila, ala. So these are examples of huruf al-jar. Fi means in. For example, in the house. So it means in. Min means from. So for example, as if someone should say, I came from Egypt. So from, you see from, min. So that's what I mean by min, from. Ala means on. So if I say the pen is on the table, ala, on the table. So ila means to. For example, I'm going to school. So that to is what we call ila. So these are huruful jar. So they are not nouns. Definitely they are not nouns. If I say in, it's not a noun, and it is not a verb. It is not a verb, but they are harf. They fall within this category. In English, we call them preposition. Huruful. These ones, huruful jar, right? Okay. So these are the basic huruful jar we are looking at. Now, what are these huruful jar? What are these huruful jar? A preposition that makes the noun which comes after it take a kesra. That is one thing that is particular about them. If you can remember, just in the last page, we said that after a preposition, this ending changes to e. We said a noun in its default form is having kesra, that is marfu'un. It's having dhamma, that is marfu'un. It's either having one dhamma or two dhamma, depending on whether there is alif or lam or not. And we said that if there are certain conditions that will change it to have fatha or kesra. And when we were talking about kesra, we said one of the conditions is harf al-jar. You see, preposition. After a preposition, this ending changes to e. So that are what these things do. This huruf, that is one thing that is, they are known for. After they come in noun, will have or will take the noun that is following it will take kesra. I hope that is clear. When they come, I'm repeating again, huruf al-jar. Whenever a huruf al-jar comes, the noun that is following it is supposed to take kesra. Even though there is a small exception, we look at it later on, a very small something. But almost all the time, the noun is supposed to, that comes after a huruf al-jar is supposed to have kesra. I hope that is clear. Okay, so that's one thing. Please note it about them. Huruf al-jar, when they come, the noun that is following it, when they come before a noun, the noun will take kesra. So as I said, for example here, fil bayti. It is initial al-baytu. As I said, that is the normal form. The normal form is of a noun is to have dhamma. So, but when this fi comes, fil, now it is now having kesra, fil bayti, in the house. The same way here, alal kitabi, on the book. So alal kitabi, not alal kitabu. Min al bayti, not min al baytu. Ila al masjidi, you see, ila al masjidi. You see that? Okay. So that is one thing that is particular about them. So let me give you example. Almost every day we have been seeing, or when we want to recite the Quran, we say what? A'udhu billahi min. This one is there. Mina shaytanu. You don't say shaytanu. You say what? Shaytani arrajimi. You see? It's the same, this harf jar that is there. This one, min. A'udhu billahi mina shaytani. You don't say mina shaytanu. Why? Because of this harf jar that comes there. Shaytanu is on the default form is having dhamma. But when this one comes, mina shaytani, it will tend to have what? Kesra. You see that example? Okay, so that's an example. Whenever they come, the following noun is going to take kesra. Okay. So another thing I hope that is clear for now. Okay. Now let's look at something here also that we need in the lesson. It's called domir, pronouns. This one is very easy. Even in English language, we have been seeing pronouns a lot. We all know what pronouns means, right? So pronouns in Arabic is what we call domirun. Domirun means pronoun. And then the plural is domair. Domair, pronouns. So ana means I. Anta, you. Anti, you, but female. This is for feminine. A female. Okay. Huwa means he. Here means she. You see? Okay. So these are the basic pronouns that we need for now. As we go, inshallah, we'll see other pronouns. But for now, these are what we have to concentrate on. So please observe them very well and put them at your fingertips. Okay. So as I said, we are going to learn, I told you already that initially that we are going to learn 2 verbs in this lesson. So these are the 2 verbs. Zahaba, and then kharaja. Zahaba and then kharaja. Kharaja and zahaba. Now, let me give you, zahaba simple means he went. And kharaja means he left or he went out. See, he went out. For example, someone is in a room and he left and he went out of the room. You say kharaja, he left. Zahaba means he went. Zahaba ila al-madrasa, he went to the school. So that's an example. So nouns in the Arabic language, their default form, they come in this form, default form. Their default form is in the third person. He, For example, in English, it is not so. In English, we have a verb. For example, went. That's a past tense verb, right? Went is a past tense verb. And this verb, it doesn't come with any pronoun. It doesn't come with any pronoun. For example, went. If you want to now say he went, someone went, you now have to bring the pronoun he to attach to it to me to be what? He went, to mean someone went. But in Arabic, it is not so. Whenever the noun is coming, for example, went. If you bring it in Arabic, translate it into Arabic, zahaba, and the he is attached to it. The default form of the noun is having the third person pronoun attached to it in Arabic. He, a verb, for example, kataba, he wrote. You see, zahaba, he went. Kharaja, he left. Jalasa, he sat. Qama, he stood. Verbs, when you are just mentioning verbs, it comes with he. So as I said, the default form is the third person pronoun. It's coming with the third person pronoun. The guy is the absent one. I hope that is clear. So this is the default form of verbs. It comes in with this pronoun. Okay. So that is it. I hope that is clear. So I said we are looking at two verbs again. Zahaba and then kharaja. Zahaba means he went. Kharaja means he left. Okay. So now, if I now want to conjugate these verbs, you see these verbs, zahaba and then kharaja. If I want to, so as I said, zahaba means he went, right? He went. Kharaja means he left. And as I said, it always comes with he. Okay, in Arabic. So if I want to turn it to I went, he went, I went, you went. You went for female, and then she went. How will it be? So this, as I said, this is the default form. So you only need to attach the pronoun to it. For example, kharaja means, its initial means he went. So you just attach a pronoun. You can see the one in red. So those are the pronouns. We call it domirul muttasil. Attach pronoun. You attach it to the verb to now turn it to whatever you want. For example, I went, they went, I mean, she went, or so, depending on what pronoun you are trying to refer it to. So you now attach it. So if Anna means I, right? I, you can see it here, I. So if I want to say I went, right? The initial verb is zahaba, which means he went. But I want to turn it to myself. I went. I'll attach to. So this is the domir muttasil. We call it domir muttasil, a attached pronoun. You attach it to the verb to refer it to yourself. So for I, for Anna, this is the pronoun you attach. For anta, which means you, if you want to say you went, this is the pronoun you attach. You see, for me, I, if I want to say I went, I'll attach to the pronoun. So zahab to. If I want to say you went, you are referring to someone who is present. Yes, maybe someone in front of you. You went, you attach ta to it. So zahab ta, you went. Auntie, you are referring to. Auntie means you, but female. This one is talking about a female. So anta, auntie, you, feminine. If you want to say you went, you are speaking to a female. You see, zahabti, you went. In English, we don't differentiate between male and female when we're talking about nouns. Just see, you went to school for a male. For a female, you said again. You see, you went to school. Repeat the same thing. But in Arabic, there is differentiation. That's why Arabic, as I said, I've always been saying Arabic is very broad, far broad than English. So huwa, as I said, that is the default form. So zahaba, kharaja. You don't need to attach any pronoun. Then here, she went. This is he went, the default form he went. But if you want to say she went, but referring to a female, you attach ta with school. Ta with school on it. Zahabat, kharajat. You see, kharajat. So this is how they are formed. You just need to know that if I'm referring a verb to myself, I'll attach to. For someone, a male, ta. I mean you are referring to you for male, ta. You feminine, you attach T to it. Here, she. I mean, Lughaib, for someone who is absent. She. We're talking about someone who's not present. And the person is female, so attach ta with school on to the verb. I hope that is clear here. So these are basic pronoun we have learned. So this pronoun, these are the pronoun that can stand alone, and these are the attached pronouns. I hope that is clear. Okay. I hope that is clear. Okay. So let's look at one other thing here. Muzakkar wa muannas. Muzakkar wa muannas. I'll talk about muzakkar wa muannas. Muzakkar simply means masculine, and muannas means feminine. Feminine. Now, if you, as I said, I just said something a few minutes ago. I said that in English, we don't differentiate between masculine and feminine most of the time. For example, a student. A male student is called a student. A female student is called a student. I hope that is clear. A male teacher is called a teacher. When you just say a teacher, it can be a male or a female. If you say a student, it can be a male or a female. I hope that is clear. A doctor, it can be a male or a female. You see, a police, a male or a female. All this, as I said, in English, there's no differentiation. But in Arabic language, if you are referring to a particular noun to a male and a female, there need to be differentiation. So when a noun is standing alone, we can tell this noun is referring to someone who is a male or is referring to a masculine object. And we could also tell this is referring to a female or it is referring to a feminine object. So there is always differentiation in Arabic. Let's look at that. Example is here. Observe something. Rajulun. Rajulun means a man. Imra'atun means a woman. Okay, that one is clear. Or that one is even in English, we have that. But observe the next example. Sadiqun means a friend. Sadiqatun means a friend. So in English, if I say a friend, I have a friend, it could be a male or a female. It doesn't matter. There's no differentiation. But in Arabic, if I want to say my friend or a friend, just a friend, there are always going to be two ways. If it is male, it is going to be specified. If it is female, it is going to be specified. There's not going to be, confusion. There shouldn't be confusion. That's how Arabic is. If it is a noun is standing alone, the noun, in its origin, you can tell whether it is referring to masculine or feminine. So Sadiqun means a male friend. Sadiqatun, a female friend. You see, Talibun means a student, a male student. Talibatun, a female student. As I said, if a student is student, in English we don't differentiate. Mudarrisun means a teacher. Mudarrisatun means a female teacher. So you see, there are always differentiation. Zawjun means a husband. Zawjatun, the wife. So you see. Now, if you can observe something, all these examples, when we turn to the female side, it is having a ta. You can see it. We call this ta marbuta. Ta marbuta. Ta marbuta. Ta marbuta. Ta marbuta. Ta marbuta. So one of the ways of differentiation a masculine object from a feminine object is to add tawa marbuta to it. For example, if I say Talibun, a student, if you want to say a female student, we just add ta marbuta, Talibatun to it. Mudarrisun, a male teacher, you add ta marbuta to it. Mudarrisatun, you can see it here. Mudarrisatun. You see, Sadiqun, a friend, you add ta marbuta to the last letter. So, Sadiqatun, a female friend. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. So, in simple sense, what they are saying is that feminine nouns end with ta marbuta. This is called ta marbuta or ta at-ta'anis, while masculine nouns do not. I hope that is clear. Masculine noun do not. So the ta marbuta signifies femininity. If it is attached to a particular noun, it indicates that that noun is feminine. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. Okay. So this is a new thing we have learned here, the term marbuta. It indicates femininity. So that's why you see most of the time feminine names end with term marbuta. For example, Khadijatu, Aminatu, Khadijatu. You see, or most of the time the feminine names they end with this ta. Something to Khadijatu, Hadijatu, Aminatu, Mariama too. You see, all this. So this is the star marbuta that is always attached to most of the feminine names. Of that is clear. Okay, so it is for feminine only. When you see it in a noun, it indicates the noun is feminine. I hope that is clear. Even if you don't know what it means, but you know that it is referring to a feminine thing. Okay, let's continue. Now let's enter into the lesson. So this is now the lesson. Alhamdulillah. So when we enter, there will be no difficulty. So let's kick start. So we have here الدرس الرابع, the fourth lesson. Have الحمام. الحمام. Have الغرفة. Have الغرفة. So الحمام is the what? Is the bathroom. The bathroom. You have الغرفة, which is the room. A room is called غرفة. The room. A room that you sleep, where you sleep. The room. So called غرفة. So as they are explaining here, they are explaining the harf al-jar, the prepositional. As I told you, when they come, they tend the noun to have kesra on the last letter. So initially, as I said, a noun will have dhamma on the last letter, except there is a particular condition. So here, al-baytu, that's the original form, the default form. Now a preposition have come before it. Harf al-jar has come before it. So fil bayti, it is not fi baytu again. Fi bayti, so it has affected it grammatically. It has made a grammatical impact on it. How? By changing the dhamma initially on it to kasra. So fil bayti. The same way, al-maktabu, al-maktabi, on the desk, the table. Fil bayti, in the house. So al-masjidu, the mosque or the masjid. Now fi comes, fil masjidi, in the mosque. So it won't be fi masjidu, it will now be fi masjidi. Okay. As-sariru, the bed. Al-sariri, on the bed. On the bed. Okay. Hope you can see. Okay, so we have here Aina Muhammadun. We have a dialogue here. A dialogue here. I hope you know what a dialogue means, right? There's a dialogue here. Aina Muhammadun, and it is question. It's asking a question and you answer here. So Aina Muhammadun, where is Muhammad? Aina is called, we have not seen it before. Aina is called Ism Istifham. It is also used for asking questions. Just like the last time we saw you can remember the Hamzatul Istifham. Ahaza Baitun, is this a house? You can remember that one. That one was a harful istifham, but this is Ism Istifham. So this is for asking questions. It means where. Aina means where. So that's why you can see the alamatul istifham, the question mark. You can see it here. So this means where. That's why there is a question mark here. So it is used for asking questions. So please note, Aina means where. It is a interrogative particle. Ism Istifham. You get it? Okay. So Aina Muhammad. Where is Muhammad? So someone is asking, where is Muhammad? And then there is someone here who is answering. Huwa fil ghurfati. Huwa fil ghurfati. He is in the room. Huwa fil ghurfati. So you can see the harf al-jar. Fi means in, and it is a harf al-jar, and it has changed to have kesra. We said put it at your fingertip. Harf al-jar will always make a noun coming after it to have kesra. So wa aina zai yasirun. Wa and aina, and where is yasirun? And where is yasir? Another question mark. So question. Huwa fil hammam. You see the hammam I showed you. I showed you the hammam it is here, right? It's the washroom, the bathroom, washroom. Huwa fil hammam is in the washroom, right? Washroom. Then we have here wa aina aminatu. Wa aina aminatu. So what you can see, what do we call this? The term marbuta, you can see it. Even if you don't know what aminatu means, and you know that it is a name, you know that it is a female name. Why? Because of the term marbuta. I told you if a noun is having this term marbuta, it is belonging to female or a feminine, object. I hope that is clear. So even if you know, they tell you aminatu is a name, you should know that it is a female name. Even if you don't know what it means, you should know that it is a female name. Why? Because of the term marbuta. You can see it. Yes. So aina aminatu. And where is Amina? Here. So this is what we call domir. You see it. Huwa, he, here, she. So these are the domir, the pronouns. So here fil matbahi. Here fil matbahi. She is in the kitchen. She is in the kitchen. So this is the matbahi, is called the kitchen. I hope that is clear. Matbahi is kitchen. So it is initial matbahun, the kitchen. You can see this kitchen, right? It's a kitchen. Al matbahu. So you can see it is initially having what? Dhamma, right? Al matbahu, the kitchen. But see here, al matbahi. Why? Because of this fee, it is a harf al-jar. Harf al-jar will make the noun coming after it to have kesra. Aina al-kitabu. Where is the book? Where is the book? Where is the book? Huwa ala al-maktabi. So they are asking about this book. You see, huwa ala al-maktabi. So huwa means he. But as I said, it could refer to human beings, akil, and then both non-human beings, ghayru akil. But why are they using huwa? Why are they using huwa? Because this is not having kesra. Sorry, this is not having ta marbuta. As I said, even if it is not in a human being, if it is not having kesra, ta marbuta, it means it is masculine most of the time. But if it is having ta marbuta, even if it is not human, if it is a particle or anything that is not human, gairu akil we call it, irrational thing, and it is having ta marbuta, we use female, here for it, for both. These pronouns, let me say so. These pronouns are for both, the huwa and the here is for both rational and irrational things. Okay, I hope that is clear. So he was asking wa aina al-kitabu. So he said huwa ala al-maktabi. It is on the table. So he's using huwa because it is not having ta marbuta. So wa aina sa'atu. As-sa'atu means the watch. The watch. So you can see that sa'atu is having ta marbuta. So definitely he used what? Here. Why? It is feminine. This ta marbuta signifies femininity. So it will take a feminine pronoun, which is here. I hope that is clear. So he said why? So see, here ala sariri. It is on the bed. It is on the bed. Okay. So we have here questions to answer. So we have here questions to answer. So they said, Ajib an al-as'ilatil atiyah. So answer the following questions. So these questions are basically from the dialogue we just read. the dialogue we read, and they were asking, Aina Muhammad, Aina al-Kitab, Aina, the dialogue that we just read. So this is where these questions are coming from. And so you are going to, as we have read it. So now they are asking us questions. So let's see what it is talking about. Aina al-Kitab, where is the book? So you read from the dialogue and then you answer, right? We answer. So Aina al-Kitab. So from the dialogue, where was the book? Aina al-Kitab. You can see it here. Huwa ala al-Maktabi. You see. So Aina al-Kitab. The same question here. Huwa ala al-Maktab. So you answer. You answer. So please try your hands on it. You are going to answer few and then we'll leave few. Okay. Aina Muhammadun. Aina Muhammadun. So Aina Muhammadun here. Huwa fil ghurfati. Huwa fil ghurfati. So when you are reading, if you are answering, don't make sure you don't cross-check and go back to write. Just read it, understand, then you come here and answer, right? Not like we are doing here. We are copying, right? Aina sa'atu. Where is the watch? Aina sa'atu. Aina sa'atu. Here ala sariri. He said it is on the bed. Here ala sariri. So you answer here ala sariri. So the same way you answer the rest. You answer the rest. Inshallah, we're going to provide the answer, the solutions in the, as I said the last time, we provided the solution book. There is a book that contains the solution. We have provided it in the description, inshallah, of the first lesson. So you check there, then you cross-check, and then you can compare your answer to it. We want you to try. When you try, you also understand. But if you are just answering everything and you don't try, you will not understand very well. So we'll stop the answering here. We just read through, then you answer on your own. Make sure you answer it very right. If you don't understand anything, complain, text, then email, just send an email. We'll respond to you, inshallah. So we have here, Aina Aminatu, Aina Yasir, where is Yasir? Aina Aminatu, where is Aminatu? Aminatu fil ghurfati. So this is called Hamzatul Istifham. You can remember, Hamzatul Istifham is just like Ahaza Kitabun. You can remember we did that. Ahaza is this. So that's why you can see the Alamatul Istifham, the question mark there. Aminatu fil ghurfati is Amina in the room. Ayasirun fil matbahi is Yasir in the kitchen. Ayasirun fil matbahi is Yasir in the kitchen. Man fil ghurfati. So this man means who. You can remember we did man. Man fil ghurfati. Who is in the room? Man fil ghurfati. So ghurfatun initial. Then it now turned to ghurfatu because of the alif wa lam. Ghurfatu, one dhamma. It is initial ghurfatun with two dhammas, but alif wa lam comes, it will now turn to ghurfatu with one dhamma. Now, harf al-jar has come. Grammatical, it will affect it. So it will now turn to al-ghurfati, not ghurfatu. Okay. So that's how it changed. It changed to this state. So, waman fil hammami. And who is in the washroom? You see. Maw-izah ala al-maktab. Maw-izah is a new one. We have not seen it, right? This one. We have not seen it. Maw-izah. It means, sorry. Maw-izah ala al-maktab. It means what is. What is. It also means what is. What? Maw-izah, what? Okay. It's also ism istifham. It's called ism istifham. It is also for interrogation. So that's why you can see the alamatul istifham, the question mark is there. So Maw-izah ala al-maktab. What is on the table? What is on the table? Maw-izah ala sariri. What is on the bed? What is on the bed? So you can answer, right? Okay. So answer, and then you cross-check your answer with the answers we provide. And if there's anything, inshallah, complain, we'll respond to you, inshallah. Okay. So we have here, they are asking us another exercise to try. See, there are a lot of exercise. When you try, you understand very well. So here, Ikra waktub ma adopt awakhir al-kalimat. Read and write the following words, right? Vocalizing its last letter. So we have learned that In summary, I'm just going to summarize again. I'm always repeating because that is the main root. If you understand that root, that asal, the root, if you go further, everything would, if you go further, things will be very easy. But here, if you have problem at the beginning, the foundation, the foundation, if you go further, it will not be, things will not be easy. So that's why I'm repeating the foundation. I'm repeating again. We said that now in the normal form, it's going to have Dhamma. But if it is having Fatha or Kesra, know that there is a particular condition that has resulted in it. So the default form is not Fatha or Kesra on the last letter, but what? Dhamma. And we said one of the conditions that can make a noun to have Kesra. We have not talked about Fatha yet. We'll talk about it later. Why will a noun have Fatha on the last letter? We'll talk about it later. We are concentrating on some of the examples or some of the things that can make a noun to have Dhamma, to have Kesra on the last letter. Then we said one of them is Huruf al-Jar. We said Huruf al-Jar is simple prepositions. You can see when they come, they make the noun to have Kesra. So that's simple. This lesson we are just concentrating on. So see, Al-Madrasa 2. There's nothing here. Al-Madrasa 2, that's the normal form. So fi is here. Fil madrasa ti, you see. Fil bayti, you see. Al baytu, right? There's nothing here. Al baytu, no preposition here. Al ghurfa, tu, you should have tu. Al hamamu, they are all in the default form. But when a preposition comes up before it, so you see, half fi in. Fil hamami, it will have kesra here. Fil matbahi, al maktabu, dhamma. Al maktabi, kesra. Al kursi yi, so you see, al kursi yi jasadan. There's a particular phase where Allah is talking about something. So you see, al kursi yi, you see, you have here. As-sariru, that's the default form. As-sariru, the bed. Al-maktabi, sorry. Al-kitabi, on the book. Fil masjidi, you see, in the masjid, in the mosque. Okay. So that is how. That is that for it. So observe here. Have here. Ikra waqtu. Read and write. At-talibu fil jami'ati. At-talibu fil jami'ati. At-talibu, the student, fil jami'ati. In the, what do we mean by jami'atun? Jami'atun means the university. The university. You see, the student, at-talibu fil jami'ati, is in the university. So I told you the is hidden. Is hidden. You see, it's hidden. Mustatir, it is hidden. Fil jami'ati. And we said there's no word or particular harf for is in English. So at-talibu fil jami'ati, the student is in the jami'ah, is in the university. Ar-rajul fil masjidi, the man fil masjidi is in the masjid, is in the. So you see, rajulun is a noun. Masjidin is also a noun. But rajulun, ar-rajulu, al-masjidi. Al-rajulu is having dhamma. But al-masjidu, it is not al-masjidu. It is having kesra on the last letter. But here, dhamma. You see dhamma. But here, kesra. But they are both nouns. And they all have alif wa lam. So why is it that this one is having kesra, but this one is having dhamma? Harf al-jar, simple. Because of this fee. Okay. Aina tajir, where is the merchant? Huwa fi dukani. He is in the shop. Al-kalamu al-maktabi. The pen is on the table. Aina Zainabu. Where is Zainabu? Aina Zainabu. So Zainab, where is Zainab? So you can see At-tajiru is a merchant, right? I'm coming back to something here. At-tajiru is a merchant. But if male merchant, why? There's no marbuta here. So if you are referring to female merchant, at-tajira tu, we add a tu to it to make it at-tajira tu, a female merchant. So if you just mention, for example, talibun, student, Mudarrisun, teacher. Tajirun, a merchant. Without adding the ta marbuta. In the default form, it will mean a male student, talibun, mudarrisun, a male teacher, tajirun, a male merchant. You see, but if you want to specify that, or if the one you are talking about or you are referring to is female, you must add the term marbuta. Other than that, it is male. I hope that is clear. In most of the time, not all the time. Look at this. So there are other courses or there are other signs of femininity. We look at it. Aina Tajir, where okay, so we're here. Aina Zainab. Where is Zainab? Here. So you see they are using here. Why? Because female. You said the female here means she. Fil ghurfati. She is in the room. Aina al-waraku. Where is the paper? Huwa ala al-maktabi. It is on the maktab, the table. Why is he using huwa? There's no time marbuta. Okay. At this basic level, we are using time marbuta to differentiate whether whether an irrational object is masculine or feminine. There are three things that you can use to determine. But at this stage, we are using one. We are using term marbuta. So all the nouns that are coming, they can be differentiated using the term marbuta for now. So observe. Aina al-mudarris. Where is the teacher? The male teacher, of course. Because if you were referring to a female teacher, you would have said mudarrisatun, you would have added term marbuta. Huwa fil fasl. He is in the classroom. The al-fasl means classroom. Aina yasirun. Aina yasirun. Aina yasirun. Huwa fil mirhad. He is in the mirhad. Al-mirhadu, but fi comes to al-mirhadi. It's all called the twilight. The twilight. Ash-shamsu wal-qamaru fi samai. Ash-shamsu wal-qamaru fi samai. Ash-shamsu, the sun, wal-qamaru fi samai. And the what? And the moon fi samai are in the sky. Are in the sky. I hope that is clear. So now this is called what? Harful atf, a conjunction, right? Ashamsu, the sun and the moon. So this and wa is harful atf, a conjunction. But note that that conjunction doesn't change. It's also harf. So you see, we call it harful atf. But so as I said, it is not all the huruf that causes a noun to have kesra. It is only huruf al-jar. Huruf al-jar. Huruf al-jar. We may see others if there is. Okay. I hope that is clear. Man fil fasl. Who is in the room? Sorry, who is in the classroom? This classroom. Fasl. Man fil fasl. Who is in the classroom? So it's a question, right? So this man is a ism istifham. Okay. So we have here. I think this is the last page for this lesson, right? We don't want the lesson to be very tall, very long lesson. We'll end it on this page, inshallah. So ta'amil ma'ayali, consider the following. Muhammadun is very simple. We just want one thing to learn here. Muhammadun, Khalidun, Hamidun, Yasirun, Ammarun, Sa'idun, Aliyun. Okay. Abbasun. So this is what we call alama. Alama, the proper noun. Names of people, human beings. We're talking about names of, proper nouns. Alama. So see here, Aminatu, Zainabu, Fatimatu, Maryamu, Aishatu, Khadijatu, Sofiyatu, Rukayyatu. So you see, this is female, definitely, of course, feminine names. And these are masculine names. But there is a particular distinction. There's a distinction on the last letter. Not tamarbuta. I'm not talking about tamarbuta attached to the last letter. I'm talking about vowels. Consider the vowels on their last letters. Observe here. Muhammadun, Aminatu, Khalidun, Zainabu, Hamidun, Fatimatu, Yasirun, Mariamu. Let me stop here. This one is enough. Have you observed a particular difference on the last letter, the vowels on the last letter? Have you? Yes, of course. You can observe that here is having two dhammas, one dhamma, two dhamma, one dhamma, two dhamma, one dhamma, two dhamma, one dhamma, one dhamma, one dhamma, one in that other. So this leads to a particular conclusion. Feminine names in Arabic will always have one dhamma on their last letter. So if you see Aminatun with two dhammas, that is wrong. You spell someone name with two dhammas and the person is female, like Aminatun, it's not correct. Zainabun, it's not correct. Fatimatun, we don't say that. Feminine names always take one dhamma on their last letter. So please take this origin or this asl, this foundation. Masculine names can have two dhammas. For example, Muhammadun, Khalidun, Hamidun, Yasirun, Ammarun, Sa'idun, Aliyun, Abbasun. So you see, two dhamma, two dhamma, two dhamma. They can take, but feminine names don't take two dhammas. I hope that is clear. They fall under a particular group of, we call it al-mamnu min as-sarf. As we go further, we'll look at it. It's a very simple concept. We'll look at it further. When we go to a particular lesson, it will come and then we'll learn it. Okay. So now just know that feminine names don't take. So if you are a female and you are spelling your name with, and your name have ta marbuta, you are spelling it with two dhammas, know that that is not the correct way of spelling it. I hope that is clear. You should have two dhammas. Okay. So let's look at here. Ikra waqtub ma'adopt awakhir al-kalimat. Read and write each of the following words vocalizing its last letter. So they want to test our understanding. Hamidun, put the vowel on the last letter. They just want you to put vowels on the last letter, whether it should be two dhammas or one dhamma, two dhammas or one dhamma, or two dhammas or one dhamma. They want to test your understanding. And so Hamidun, or is it Hamidun or Hamidu? Two dhammas or one dhamma. I said if it is masculine name, it can take two dhammas. Feminine name doesn't take, it takes only one dhamma. So you yourself read through. If you see it is a feminine name, you put one dhamma. If it is a masculine name, you put two dhammas. So Hamidun, two dhammas, masculine name. So two Hamidun. Zainab, one dhamma. Zainab is a feminine name. Amina, two, one dhamma. Ammarun is a masculine name, so two dhammas. Sa'idun, Fatima, two, not Fatima, two. Mariamu, Aliyun, Halidun, Abbasun, Aisha, two, Muhammadun, Sophia, two, Khadija, two, one dhamma for feminine names. So inshallah, this will bring us to the end of this particular lesson. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. This is not the end of the lesson 4, but as I said, the lesson is long, so we have to pause here and then we'll continue in the next lesson. So we'll continue in the next lesson to complete this lesson 4 before moving to the 5th lesson. So end here. Please revise before the next lesson very well, inshallah, so that things will be very easy when we are going through it. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa jazakumullahu khairan fi hayatikum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.